Hello and welcome to issue, goddammit, it's been
Issue,
37
Robert.
issues and I'm still calling it episodes. So today, as ever...
I'm on the wrong track, hold on.
Oh
Sorry.
no, Miles is all wrong. Well, this is sort of semi-live, Miles, so I'm not going to stop recording.
Okay, stick with it, I'll transfer over so you can deal with my bad audio for a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And Max will filibuster.
Essentially what we're doing today is we're going to watch the Warhammer preview from the 21st of November 2024 to get it in the diary, and we're going to go through our initial thoughts as it comes up. Miles, have you got any thoughts on what is coming up today?
I'm super excited for the new product. I can't wait to buy new product. No,
just really up for some more products. Well, the rumours that I've been hearing is obviously Empire for Fantasy. It's a bit obvious they announced it as being the next thing at the last preview. Hopefully we see some of them today. We've got Heresy. Will we hear Heresy 3 announced? Will that be a thing? Will we see more? Will we see more tanks or Imperial Fist Praetors?
Hold on, what the hell is being previewed? This isn't a great start. What is being previewed? Old World?
Is that
Heresy?
Yeah. That shows you how excited Miles is for this.
So, you get your hopes up for these things and they always seem to disappoint. I very much hope I'm wrong here. I very much hope that it starts at this low ebb and takes off like a goddamn rocket. But either way, I mean, we were talking about this beforehand. I've still got music playing. Alexa, off. Shoot! Oh my god!
Oh, is that not? I thought that was on the preview.
Oh my god! No! I had to switch. Can I put captions on this? Yes. We're talking about this. Even if it's a bad preview, I get to chat to Max about this. I get to hang out with a buddy and enjoy some cool times with some cool guys.
But do you know what? I'm gonna go with. It's just because we're so incredibly artistic. Our ability to think of what it could be in these previews is just really high. That's why they're sometimes disappointing.
Yeah. What was previewed last time? The Mars book, and there was just a static picture of Mars, not 30k Mars or 40k Mars, just Mars, saying stuff coming soon.
You so hate that lack of Ring of Iron. It's untrue.
Oh, Oh, there you go. They're up. Hello, very warm welcome to the World Championship Online Preview. So a pre-recorded one. I'm
still seeing a countdown, man.
Oh no, I've got it playing. It's all happening. Old World, Black Library. We might see the announcement of the Scouring series. I'm feeling
that'd be incredibly series. Good. I'd love that. The Scouring series, because that'd be mental. It's like I've said about this before. I don't know whether it's on the pod, on the issue, or anything else. But the Scouring series gives them the ability to. This is terrible at my end.
Yeah.
The Scouring series gives them the ability to start from this narrow point in the storyline and go anywhere with it, and it sort of broadens back out into a sandbox for the stories and what we're going to be seeing, rather than narrowing down to these set things that we all know, like
40k. We are seeing our first preview. Holy God, Kreig! Oh right, okay. This is already like 99% better than all the other previews we've had for a while. Oh my God. Okay, so you're getting artillery, engineers, Death Riders. Oh my God. Okay, it's worth mentioning, like, none of these miniatures are going to be as good as the Fortrell one. Let's get that the hell out the way. These miniatures are good. They pay homage to the original designs. They look great. They're available in plastic now, so they're much easier to get. And when you buy autogun teams now, the autocannon will be straight instead of that Fortrell like bendy resin. Okay, cool. Lots of stuff. Already off to a flying start here.
Well, with the plastics as well, it means that las guns won't be snapping and flying everywhere.
Oh,
that's
God,
the main
they're a little bit thicker. Yeah. And you know what? plastic has its limitations, and some of the details are a little bit bulbous on some of these, but you can go on. So the guy's name is Tiny Legend, and he's made STL upgrades. So you can, if you have access to a 3D printer, or you can, you could get much. I describe it as like much more high definition parts to plug into the Kreig straight away. Yeah, really. I mean, good, great. What do you think?
I like them. I'd like the stream to be better, but.
What do you mean?
Like it's lagging so much at this side, man. It's like
no, that's your internet. I got perfect stream here. Perfectly beautiful
it's
stream.
Not my internet, man. It's
fluid.
So I like the look of them. Obviously, as you said, it's more bulbous, but it's just something that we've sort of got to accept for those benefits and the ability to potentially have them and be more open to more people as an army. I think is one of the key points because they're so popular as an army and been very exclusive to a limited number of people because of that Forge World buy-in point.
Yeah, it's expensive and they snap constantly. I have a Kreig army. The infantry are just a nightmare to transport. Gorgeous figures, but not the most practical of things. And, Forge World as a company might have made a misstep trying to mass produce armies because they simply didn't have I say this with all the confidence of an idiot. They didn't have the facility for that, and they couldn't upscale that product. Whereas plastic, they can get this stuff out nice, sharp, and quick. They're just previewing the horses now. Gas mask horses, very nice. Yeah, great sculpts. I'm not mad at these.
No, quite enjoy them. One of the things as well is we've seen in this top chat as well, like people saying about other guard regiments. It's great that they're doing something other than Cadians.
Oh God! Yeah.
Because I actually quite like the Cadians, but it narrowed the guard down to such a point when they were meant to be so varied.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, I am enjoying. I'm such a guard lover as well. Like I was actually looking yesterday at Kreig on eBay and things like that. Like, oh, should I do a Kreig army? And genuinely, because, and I'll try not to mention it constantly, but I was thinking like, oh, they'll work well for Trench Crusade for like just like 8 to 10 of them.
Yeah.
And then was like, oh, I'm really enjoying looking at these, but. Yeah, having them in plastic.
You always get the hobbyist urge every like 3 months or so. Yeah, I'm going to collect a mass infantry army. I'm going to collect my all metal Valhallan force. I'm going to collect an Orc horde. And this is a really nice starting point as well, just having an army in a box. Like the price point is going to be like 120, 130 quid. Looks like you get basic artillery, infantry, horses. And then you just need to fill it out with an ungodly amount of infantry, tanks. I mean, the Riser pattern tanks are already available through the Solar Rock, the 30k range, Solar Rock's range. So it fits in really nicely alongside the 30k and 40k release. I like it. And preview some of the artillery pieces
as well coming back.
Yeah,
like the original Thud gun style quad mortars. Really nice. Bit square on the sandbags there. If I'm really
oh God, yeah, they definitely copy pasted. Yes. Oh God,
like that'd be my nitpick of the night.
Oof. Yeah, you can. Okay, if you want to strip those out, you can buy like little sandbags from
Juila.
Various places. Yeah, from Korea.
They're quite flat. I said Juila. If you want to take it as Korea miles,
yeah, let's do that.
Pass over that.
No, but you can buy actual sandbags, like little bags with. I'm not sure whether there's sand inside them or fiberglass. Or you can.
Yeah, it's a company called Juila. It's a company called Juila. Green Stuff will rip them off as well.
Oh, there we go. What do you call that stuff that Swedish people eat? Snus. Like snus. Yeah, those little bags. They make great.
Oh, have you done that?
No, I've never done. Well, I've had like chewing tobacco before, like the equivalent where there's like little bits of fiberglass in there, and you put it like underneath your gum, and it kind of cuts up the inside so the nicotine can get in you quicker.
Oh, really?
I was watching the New York Yankees face the Red Sox, which, from what I understand, is quite a big derby between them. And I was just bored out of my mind. It was wet. My head was spinning because I'm not used to nicotine. Yeah, I just felt sick and wretched and bored until somebody hit the ball out the park. I got up on my feet. I was screaming. I was going nuts. Oh my God, this is the greatest game ever. Why don't we have this in the UK? And then it just flatlined again.
Do you know what?
Sorry to all American.
I was meaning,
viewers.
like, have you used them as sandbags? But they were massively too strong.
No.
The nicotine hit was massively too strong for me when I tried it. Bearing in mind I vape all the time, the nicotine hit just floored me. It like burnt me.
Yeah, you vape like a chimney. You're too used to those sort of like flavored things now. Those.
Yeah, they didn't get me as a kid, but it was just as attractive as an adult. Was vaping.
I mean, there's the packaging as well, right? I mean, my kid's always talking about smoking.
Is he?
Like he wants to grow up to. It doesn't help that when we do little doodles, I draw a cigarette, and so if I'm drawing a bear, for example, I'll draw a cigarette in his mouth. And
like a stoner style cigarette.
Yeah, it just makes him
joint,
laugh, you know.
Like a big.
But now he's talking to his mother like, I want to smoke when I grow up. So I'm not sure I'm setting the best example here.
No. That's a really nice model. This sort of like leg 8 on horse. Like I do like that one. Not to have them just sprinting all the time.
Yeah.
To have a more heroically posed Death Rider. I'm into that, definitely. Though it will look weird whenever there was always that thing with Bretonians where you have like all of them running forwards and then one static model in the squad, and it just reads wrong.
No, there's a good paint scheme they've used as well, like that Astra Militarum grey. Do you know what's weirdly exciting about this set? Oh, you've just seen like a 360 of the horse and bits of it metallic. That's cool. What's weirdly exciting about this? You're going to get more decals for Kreig. So your existing army got more decals.
Do you think they're going to be the wrong size though?
Sorry?
Because these Kreig are obviously slightly upsized from the Forge World Kreig.
Yeah.
So do you reckon it'll be interchangeable? Because they look weird. Like Henry has a Kreig army, and I think we put some like of the Kill Team Kreig next to them, and they just looked a bit too old. You couldn't mix them. It's like new Marines versus old Marines.
I was thinking more for like tanks and artillery pieces. Yeah, but like the shoulder pad, I don't think it can quite get on there.
See, I really like those Rough Riders in the Attilan Rough Riders.
Yeah.
I've not yet
got... And that's really good as well. Like the amount of cross-compatibility you have, so you could have like the Attilan Rough Rider's head on a Kreig Guardsman body to create a brand new Guard regiment. There's a lot of mixability now in this plastic range. And you can combine them with... I feel like I go on this about this a lot, but like 3D printing, there's Victoria Miniatures just has a whole library already set up with different Guard regiment heads. Print out a head, you have a brand new Guard regiment right there, ready and raring to roll.
Well, we'll forgive you for the 3D printing comments, Miles, because it's your first year in 3D printing, so you're still at that stage of like, everything can be 3D printed.
Everything can be 3D. I've just 3D printed out a bunch of all the jump pack Marines from the Chaos Raptors.
Yeah.
I just printed out a bunch of those. I'm looking at them right now. I'm very impressed with myself for buying them and printing them out.
Do you know what I know I said about the stream before. I never get a problem with any of these. I think it's just the sheer amount of people watching. 12,500 people online currently watching it. 13.
Watching our stream.
Yeah,
watching our stream. Wow.
Oh, that commissar, yes, mate. And there isn't a model as good as that quartermaster that I've seen yet. Do you know, like the executing the dying Kreig?
Yeah. But this is the problem. Like that range was all sculpted by Simon Egan, I think, who is one of the best miniature sculptors in the world, and he did the entire range. That is just such an anomaly. That is such a one-off. None of these sculpts will be able to compare, but just on their own, the
commissar, the zoom in, man, that is nice.
Yeah, the tassels are a little bit off, but who is this guy?
Well, what about the tassels?
Medic?
What about the tassels?
The tassels don't stick out; they just flow into the arm.
Yeah,
where they should be, like on top. Nice servo skulls.
Endlessly usable.
Oh God, yeah. The amount of servo skulls I've just developed for Necromunda projects just have floating around. Yeah,
I wonder if
phenomenal.
this is for the Quartermaster because it's like dipping ink. It's like an ink swab.
Yeah.
I like the double servo skullness of it as well.
Mm.
Like combining actions of these menial servitors. Yes! Weapons teams.
Yeah,
like proper nice weapons teams.
Yeah. These look heavy flamer weapons. Okay, yeah, they look properly nice.
You see, that's going to combine well in a squad where you've got like 2 people heavy flamers as well. Because I wouldn't like to lose that, so I'd still ferret out that 2-person heavy flamer team from somewhere.
Yeah, so the heavy flamer were just on the screen as well. The color scheme is quite unusual because it's like a garnet color, and you don't often see Kreig painted in more saturated colors. I mean, it's a very desaturated garnet, but you normally see like gray or khaki or black. So that was nice to see like the odd splash of color thrown in there. I mean, as a start to this stream, it's pretty good, pretty good. Hopefully, it just keeps going up and up and up.
Yeah, do you know what? But just throw out our initial 3 minutes because that was a solid start. That was a solid start.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good. Well done, multi-billion-pound company for producing a good.
They're talking about Deathwatch. That's in the old Deathwatch squad. So, yeah.
I guess they're talking about like the upgrades.
Swerve. What do you want to talk about during this time, Miles? Because that's the most boring section.
Yeah. I mean, how can you incorporate these into your greater Kreig armies? I think the artillery is going to see like a lot of play. Just the amount of las cannons and autocannon teams that I've bought with just like a bent end to it. To replace them with the plastics is an absolute godsend. Oh, now we are seeing the return of the Empire.
Yes. So this really gets me.
Oh, new general. Okay.
Oh. Fucking hell, man. I'm so far back from where you are. So this double-headed general is a re-release. The double-headed Griffin.
Yeah, they're re-released, but there's a dude on foot that's brand new. Stand together. I mean, would you... In 40k, you have Space Marines. They are the poster child of that faction. What would you say is the poster child of Old World? Would you say it was
Weirdly, Empire? I'd say it was Empire, but they don't get played that much. They're the ones that's used. It's in so many like artworks because they are like the center of this world. Sadly, at the moment, they don't have anything particularly distinguishing them that would make you play them. They're very boring, basic. I want to play historicals rather than anything in this fantasy.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see something pretty mental in the Arcane Journal that they're getting. So we get
like a known artillery school, or
that is the lamest thing that they have ever produced. If it's that again, I will shit a brick.
Army. Whenever I've seen the Empire themed army, it's always been null.
Do you know what I don't want to do? The last thing that I want to do, Nuln and fucking Knights of the Empire list, because they've done that because it's the least imaginative thing they could possibly do.
Is it because it's too obvious? Because it's not niche enough for you?
It's because they've done that every single time. Right, so we're in the time of the 3 emperors. Well, we're at the time of the 3 emperors at the moment. So that's the emperor in Talabheim, the emperors in Middenland, the emperors in Middenland, and the Altdorf emperors. Oh yes, Tutelage and Guard. So we've got those 3 factions that they could really do something big with. And if they just go null artillery train, well, they're not big players at this time. And if they just go like knightly orders, we've already got chapter masters. We've already got maybe like a page that just gives knightly orders their rule, like their individual rules. So disenchanted with those 2 lists.
I hope they bring out a null artillery school and a knights list.
Well, I hope. Oh, War Wagons, yes.
Yeah.
I'm just having to constantly refresh this feed, man. Every 2 seconds.
I'm getting a great feed. It's awesome.
Do you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to go back and record their YouTube feed and just edit it over.
God, that's
15,500 people at the moment, though, watching this.
Oh, okay, that's an interesting guy, like an engineer with a massive quill writing something down. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan of massive quills.
Completely missed it. Still on the war wagon.
Good.
Like,
Let
brilliant.
my words lead
Paint
you.
me a picture, Miles. Paint me a
Paint
picture.
you a picture. War wagon.
Still a war wagon. Dudes
Still a
on the
war
top.
wagon.
They've got like a man catcher thing there. So I wonder what that's going to be. Maybe like Killing Blow or something like that. That'd be interesting. As well as a Hochland long rifle poking out the front. Now this is like a proper classic kit, the war wagon.
Yeah.
That has been like unavailable since before 6th edition. So it's like the era of those stupid dwarfs that we saw for the dwarf release. Like the real like pre-Bugman's time ones. Quite a nice artwork on the front as well.
Yeah.
On the front of the journal.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Witch Hunters coming back.
Oh, I would love to see a Witch Hunters army list. That's what I want.
Do you know what? I'd get on board with that. Like a big
like
flagellant,
a list.
Yeah,
so like displaced peoples being converted over to the faith and then being sent to die.
That'd be mentally good. Because you've just come out of like the Vampire Counts Wars. So all of like Sylvania, surely there would be loads of religious fervour going on. As like people get whipped up into a frenzy because they've just won against the Vampire Count. So like people like back a winner, and it would be such an interesting different list rather than, oh yeah, we've got blokes with handguns and a cannon that you can already do in the list.
Now we go, we are seeing the Malcador Infernus in plastic. We're seeing the Valdor Tank Destroyer in plastic.
Arvus Lighter!
The Arvus Lighter in plastic. Weaponized walkers, what's coming? The radio, Boreas configuration.
Yeah, with the heavy las cannons as well.
Yeah, with missiles. Yep, cool. Yeah,
I like how they've got the stupid auxiliary fuel tank on the Infernus. Because although like Malcadors are absolutely terrible in game, that fuel tank really does it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Like a lot of the Horus Heresy releases in this edition, they look great, but it's stuff we've seen before. I'm not sure whether when we look back at this time, it'll be like a caretaker edition where they just needed to get the stuff out to create like a good base to then go on and experiment with it. You can't. It's one of these releases that you can't be too critical of because it just needs to get out there. But for me, again, my own personal opinion, like it's not something that gets me really like jazzed up like a new Imperial Fist Praetor character, you know?
Do you know Arvus Lighter in plastic does for me slightly because everyone uses it for terrain, and it means that you can actually make it as a piece of terrain that isn't going to have paint flaking off all the time.
Yeah.
So I wonder actually how well the sales of this will go. Because
I've only seen this used in scenarios where they need to come in and pick someone up and then bugger off.
Oh, door gunner!
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, well, exactly. Like, and say like the Flight of Truth, the Flight of Truth in Book 1, which was one of the legendary missions. That requires like a lander or something like that to get people to the Eisenstein. And it would just be nice for those little heresy incidentals, even if you don't play solo. It's good, like weirdly, it's good to have an Arvus Lighter around.
They're ubiquitous.
Yeah.
Right? It's always good to have a few of them around. But does it get the juices flowing? And it's such an unfair criticism to lay at its feet. Will this Arvus Lighter make you want to get into the game?
Do you know what? We've copped flack for this, Miles, in the past.
Oh,
quite a lot of flack for this. There's been a number of comments of you guys are just fucking complaining about things.
Yeah, and very much so.
Yeah, it is. I agree with you fully. Like, it is hard to get truly excited because it's not like, oh wow, there's a new tank. Would I want these tanks redesigned or just replaced? No.
No,
but
no.
I mean, drip feed us, keep us on board with a little like here's a Vigilator console, or here's like a something else that we've not seen.
Yes,
Where's my Iron Havocs? Where's my Iron Havocs?
They ain't coming, dude. They are never gonna come.
No, it's
That's
just a
it.
joke at this point, surely. Like,
Yeah, has to be.
They're gone into legacies. They never come in. I know, but it would be an easy kit for them to produce.
People have been born, gone into the world of work, and retired in the span of time that Iron Havocs has been conceived, released in the rule set, and then put in legendary.
Well, what is it? We don't know. We shouldn't go round on the rabbit hole of Iron Havocs because I can talk about that for too long. Yeah, Duradio, it's nice. Falconet, it'd be nice that you can pose it and yes.
Yeah, they had such a golden opportunity to create the Mad Cat.
To do it at this point.
Do the redesign. Yeah.
They maybe just didn't want to change it if it was working. Anyone that wants to do the Mad Cat can obviously, like, people know how to do it. It's been done quite a bit. So, I'm not upset that they didn't. They just, they missed an opportunity. I agree.
I mean, we aren't official presenters, right? We don't have to gush over this stuff. I go like, oh, I'm really excited to add the radio to my list. I play Dark Angels. I have the radio in there. We don't have to do that. We know they're good, solid releases. You don't want to change them. The core design looks badass. Put them in plastic. Great release. Will it make me go back and like impregnate my wife? No. Does it need to? No, it doesn't. It doesn't need to. Not every release needs to be crazy awesome.
Are any of these on these Sigma models? The orcs.
I'm not sure the orc dude. The one we saw first.
Is it a battalion step?
Uruk. Magical
totem,
manifestations.
Yes. Do you know what? While this is going on that we have no idea about, so anyone that wants us to talk about Age of Sigmar, leave more comments and likes, and we'll do it next time. But were you more excited about the Empire or the Heresy re-releases?
Oh my god!
Because I've got a boat in that race. I'm doing an Empire only event in January. So it's obvious who I'm going to vote for. But what about you?
Probably the Empire, but not by much, because at least with the Empire release, you are seeing a new miniature alongside them.
Well, that was like half what I was waiting for you to say, because it doesn't take much to be like, oh yeah, cool. There's more, and Miles putting words in your mouth. You are not at all interested in Empire, right? But yet still. There's more for you there to just be like, oh, cool, Empire, get this, to get standard bearer. Yeah.
It's one of those model ranges I like painting like bits and pieces from, but I couldn't imagine painting an entire army. And I'm I would say like I'm a big fan of the lore, even though I know very little about it. But characters like Marius, the Mad Elector Count, that's a cool evocative story. Karl Franz, that miniature. When it was under the Marauder range, that was one of those seminal miniatures that you looked at as a kid and just wanted and lusted after. It's great range. It's just I always found other ranges more appealing. I think it's for that very reason that the Empire kind of like an everyman's army. You could do. You need to impress your own personality on them. Joe, you really need to theme them, impress your own personality on them, for them to be special. Whereas, I mean, Dark Elves, for example, you have...
I was just about to say, Miles likes
you have Witch Elves. Witch Elves running around. They're very appealing for a 13-year-old boy. You have, Knights elves riding around on dinosaurs. The Corsair set was always cool. There's just a lot of, mad bastard interest in that range. Whereas Empire, like you say, you could get away with stuff like LARPing that stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? I've never did them. I always bounced off them a few times. Like 3 times I bounced off them. But he was always one that I'd be like, oh, I really want to do Empire as because they're the setting to me. Like in 6th edition, you had them in the army box, and Blackfire Pass was such a big thing. And obviously, I'm such a boring person that really it's like wizards and windmills and turnip farms to me. That is the old world. So
Mhm.
yeah,
I mean, somebody described the old world in contrast to AOS. So AOS is very much looking up to the heavens, whereas fantasy looks down. You are the rat catcher in that world rather than the celestial being. I've always liked that change in tone. Like I like the fact that you are the rat catcher looking down at
yeah,
this gritty, horrible, horrific world.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Except with steam tanks.
Except with steam tanks and the rudiments of uh, we were supposed to get Kislev, weren't we? And Cathay for the old world. Those are the big rumors, right? We were meant to
Yeah,
see
yeah,
those
yeah. But
different factions.
we didn't really see anything other than some like concept arts for the old, not the old world, Total War, right? But that was
Yeah,
the only thing we. Was it like a couple of months before the old world came? No, it was years before. It was years
it was
before the old world came.
yeah, because they announced it. Oh, the old world's coming like 2023. We thought, God, that's like 4 years away. Why the hell are they saying that?
There are weirdly large comparatively to the old army books sections in the like fluff for Kislev and Cathay. So
Yeah, that's right. They talk about like the Dragon Emperors and yeah, you're
much
right.
more so than like otherwise all we've had is like snippets in like the Ghislaine the Vampire novels. Or what
Yeah.
was it? Well, it wasn't Ghislaine. What was it? What was she called?
Ghislaine, like Ghislaine Maxwell.
Is that what she
Are we,
was?
are we,
Was it?
can, can we talk about the Epstein list for a little bit?
Probably not.
Yeah.
We'll do it
I
after. We'll
want
do
to
it
know.
after, Miles.
Like, I just want to know who was there, what they got up to. I want to know, and I want to know what happened to the P Diddy parties. I want to know what happened to JFK as well.
Do you know? I want. That's what I want to know. The JFK and
Have
the
you watched the
UFO
film
files.
JFK?
No.
So
Go on, paint me a picture. Paint me
watch
a visual picture.
watch that film. I watched that when I was like 15, and I became utterly and ruthlessly obsessed by it.
Who did it,
it's a
Miles?
story.
Tell us who did it.
It's the story of the lawyer explaining the magic bullet theory and how this was like a CIA like change of government at its
Yeah.
head. It's a coup d'état in all but name. And at the end, he was describing, okay, these documents aren't going to be released until 2038. I won't be alive to see this, but my child might. I'm telling him to eat right and to exercise so he can see them. In my mind, I've been thinking, like subconsciously, I need to live until 2038 so I can find out who really killed JFK. I want to know what's in those files. And in the run-up, in the election, Trump went on Joe Rogan and said, "I've seen the files. I'm going to release them. It's going to be either in the first hour or the first day."
Do you reckon
Come
he
on,
will?
Mr. Trump. No, no, no.
Man, it'd incite so much rage either way.
Oh, it'd be awesome though. Come on, let's do it.
In
Let's
the
do it.
UK, it would be awesome. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Any American listeners, it would be revealing, but maybe not awesome either way, whether they did it or didn't. People get so upset, man.
Okay.
People
What are
get
we
so
seeing
upset
now?
easily.
I mean, they're upset anyway. They're rather combustible people.
What is this? I feel like we should go back to talking about this.
A savage
Oh,
swarm.
Wolf Riders!
Okay,
Wolf
they're
Riders are
pretty
back!
badass.
Yes! Wolf
Oh,
Chariots!
chariot. Oh my god.
So this would be really good for nomadic war for the old world. So if you're not playing
Yeah.
Sigmar,
Oh, Doom Diver Catapult. Oh my god.
and is that sort of like a mobile Doom Diver catapult? That's the
Yeah,
I think,
it is.
Yeah, so
So this very much looks like like a moving tribe of people. What the hell are they called?
nomadic war
Mongolian.
is
Mongolian.
yeah, steppe tribes.
Yeah, steppe tribes. That's what I was aiming for.
Yeah, so these are nomadic war in the old world is a specific way to do that, but also like you can do it within the normal orcs and goblins army list, which allows you to take doom divers. So because they're mobile doom divers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really hope we don't see a specialized list for this though, because I want people to struggle and do it for themselves.
Well, he's already there, Miles. Orcs and goblins have had their Arcane Journal.
Oh, have
And
they?
it's a
Oh,
thing.
God.
It's a thing.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Do you remember that old Dogs of War character?
Yeah.
He was a hobgoblin.
Ugla Khan.
Ugla Khan, yeah. It looks like they've designed like an entire model range around that guy.
No, that's exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is.
God, yeah, you can see my participation in orc and goblin culture.
I don't think it's that same character, but that's essentially what they've done, I think.
Yeah, the vibe they're going for. No, those look great. I mean, AOS is just stacked full of amazing. I mean, just as a miniature painter, you could pick up any of these and have fun with it.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm really hoping, though, is that these, because the previous iterations were Warcry models, like I suppose similar to how the Kreig had their initial kill team set, and that it was kill team, and then became an army at the start of this preview. This was the same, so you had monopose models like push fitty stuff. That was an excellent sort of like 5 or 6 models to be big bosses, but they were like too expensive and just obviously monopose for everyone. So it'd be nice if these after the characters had a bit more variety in posing.
Yeah, I guess that's the trade-off. How you can just take a miniature and put it together, and it will look awesome, as opposed to the versatility of putting it together yourself. I guess you can always 3D print off your own, and
yeah, that is definitely a possibility.
Because in the time that these have been previewed a couple of seconds ago to right now at the end of the sentence, somebody would have made a proxy of this sculpt and whacked it up on Cults 3D.
Oh, do you know what? It happens every time. Every time.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit slower because it's like Goblins range and it's not Space Marines, but at least Space Marines.
I mean, we're seeing this quite a lot with Trench Crusade. I mean, you sent me a god-awful sculpt the other day. God almighty. That is an equivalent that you can use in-game.
But it's just something quick to get playing though, right?
It's still a bad sculpt. It's still a really... We're not going to mention which one
Miles
it is,
says with his like finger out drinking tea. Like, ass. Exactly. He is actually as well. Do you know, I thought you were more grounded in South Wales.
Well, because I got standards. For miniatures bad, it's bad.
What is this that we're seeing?
Like a goblin on a massive wolf. And I quite like how portly he is. Like, he's quite a fat little goblin. And I guess like being paunch is a sign of status and wealth, as it should be in all societies.
I've definitely got that going for me, right? But
yeah, me too. I've got a beard though. I can't grow a beard.
Oh, mate, just fake it till you make it. Mine only fills in on camera. The camera adds 10% beard. So yeah, do you know what? Seeing these goblin characters, especially like as you said, the tubby ones, why do the tubby ones have so much character?
Okay. When I was 16, I went on work experience, but I kind of fudged it a little bit because I went on work experience with my auntie, who was an art teacher at the local college.
Yeah.
So I did a week there. I did like practically the full 6 months course in 1 week, just catching up. But one of the modules was a live model. And she came in, she took all her clothes off. First time I've ever seen like a nude woman in real life, not through the prism of a screen. And like I'm kind of sat there thinking, gee, like what do I do with myself? What do I do? So you begin sketching. And the art teacher's telling us, okay, look at the folds. Look how they overlap each other. And she said, portly, I'm not sure if she said, portly people have much more interesting folds. So I spent an hour sketching to a rather good degree, I feel, for a 16-year-old. But yes, fat people are just inherently more interesting to look at and to render in art.
From an artistic perspective. Yeah, I
from an artistic perspective, yeah. I mean, look at Ruben. He was obsessed. by more rotund ladies.
Oh, this is a cool one. This, like,
You're trying to move the
flail.
conversation.
No, genuinely,
on,
like this flail,
exactly
this flailed guy on Chariot.
Yeah.
Genuinely
Oh, very
like it.
Witness Me. Like the dude on top.
Oh, I didn't notice that one. He's too much of a laggy screen. When everyone watches this, oh yes, now I have seen it, so I must be about 10 seconds behind you.
Fantastic range of miniatures. Like, goddamn, when you look at the entire, like every time AOS gets released, it feels like they've really got the knack of it now, because when AOS was first released, it felt like it was just too much of a departure stylistically from what had gone previously. But it feels like they've taken the core concept of their own IP and reimagined it creatively. So it's recognizably Warhammer. Like we said, oh, that reminds me of that old miniature. But they've done it in a dynamic and creative way. Like they got the best of both worlds. It's modern, but it pays homage to the past. Yeah, goddamn, what great release this is.
So this is the last thing, is it? Or are they doing more, do we think? Do we give our summary from now rather than filibustering to the end? I think up to now it's actually been a really good like preview.
God, yeah, me too. From where we started on that very low ebb, they don't really show. Oh no, we got Black Library. We got Black Library to come, so they got to do the Scouring series. They are going to announce the Scouring series.
Have we already
it's
had
the reason why?
Do I already?
Oh, chapter 13. Shut up. Adorn the bookshelf with, Shade of Cain. Okay.
Gotrek and someone else that's not
Malineth.
Felix. Yeah, someone that's not Felix.
Oh. Indomitus. Okay. Art of Warhammer 40k. That's really interesting. I'd like to grab that.
Out of that Carcharodon novels.
Carcharodons.
Yeah, interesting.
Okay.
No Scouring announced though.
No Scouring announcement yet. Are they going to launch that right at the very end? Like, oh, by the way, we're doing Scouring. That's why. So it has been noted. Oh, they're bringing back the Imperial Guard Infantry Handbook.
The primer, the uplifting primer.
Yeah. Oh God, I've been trying to buy that through resellers.
Really?
Yeah. And just exorbitant amounts of money. Like I want the original one where you look like a chapbook. But anyway, yeah, great. This is coming back into production and be able to buy it, pick one up. What were we talking about? Oh, the Art of Warhammer 40k. Yeah, I'd love to pick that up. I mean, I would have loved to have picked the Art of Heresy.
Why was that limited edition?
No, it just sold out so quickly. I'm not sure whether it was. Yeah, I think
it must have been limited if it's not come back around then.
A Malineth Witchblade novel.
Yes, it's the Space Sharks one that interests me. Like getting more maybe background on them, especially because like them being so savage in the Badab War. Yeah, that is the one that sticks out to me. Even though I'm a massive Gotrek and Felix fan, I didn't particularly like going into the like Gotrek hunting round for Felix in the Realms. Right. Like it was a much stronger series, obviously William King, but that's just me being a grognard more than anything.
So AOS has had problems like porting characters over, certainly.
Do you think they potentially should have just been like everyone but like Sigmar and the gods is just written off?
It's a new world, create new characters. I mean, I thought that when they introduced Primaris and you had characters like Marnius, Calgar, and Dante coming back, no, kill them off. Introduce new characters. Give us new heroes to cheer for. Give us new things. Oh, okay. Oh, a new Phoenix Lord. Phoenix Lords, plural.
Oh yeah, we forgot about. Oh no, we didn't forget about
40k again.
There's more stuff.
Ooh, are they not going? Oh, wow! Swooping Hawks look gorgeous. Holy God!
And really true to the art. Do you know that artwork that sold a few months ago for astronomical prices? Definitely like color scheme and poses. Warp Spiders! That really, yes, really true to them third ed ones.
Model. Oh, and the Warp Spider Primarch. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Wow. Wow, what a sculpt. Oh, fire dragons. Wow, big release for the Elder. Holy God, wow.
Is this a year where I have to do an elf army? I did promise Glenn that I'd do an elf army at some point.
Oh,
Just because I hate them so much.
Wow. The face looks a little bit derpy. Azraman.
You looking at this is like me looking at the old world. Sorry, looking at Empire for you.
Wow. Okay, but yes, I mean, Azraman, his face is a little bit derpy. Maybe the pose is a little bit uninspired, but still like a good release. It's not. Yeah, I feel like we zone in, but like we've had just like a batch of really amazing sculpts. Like I'm zoning in on very minor things. No, wow, those hawks are just mind-blowingly good. Imagine those wings on Sanguinary Guard.
So what people are complaining in the chat about no Dire Avengers?
They're available already, aren't they?
Wait, they're bound to though, Miles. They're bound to. And those ones, like especially the Warp Spiders, have been available for so long in their previous iteration.
Yeah.
They needed to be done, and they sort of needed to be done right.
We finally see the Warp Spider Phoenix Lord. Since the very first time that you learned what Aspect Warriors were, and you found the Phoenix Lords, you've just. I mean, for me, it's always been that enduring mystery. The only one missing from the catalog is Ahara, the Shadow. Oh, have they done the Striking Scorpion one yet?
Do you know?
I don't think they have. No. So 2 missing: the Dark Father and the Striking Scorpion one. But wow, Fugan is just amazing, and wow, yeah, really, really top notch. Fire Warriors.
I like that they've maintained the back. Fire Dragons.
Fire Dragons, that's it. No, slim, elfin, well-proportioned, dynamic, but not overly cluttered, so they aren't overwhelming to paint. Oof, and great paint jobs to them as well. Really good paint jobs. The Elder range really benefits from like bright, clean paint jobs anyway, which the heavier metal students do better than anyone else.
Yeah, well, even just the colour selections for them are really good for giving that like sort of wow models. Like the swooping hawks, these with the like the orangey red and yellow. It just is an immediate hit that say the Kreig earlier wouldn't. They are a little bit because they changed the colours, but it's like you were commenting on like what hues they were using and stuff like that. And even though they desaturated, it's still got that bit of interest. And these are just full interest.
The swooping hawks. I remember when I was a kid collecting Elder, I bought so many swooping hawks because I collect Blood Angels. I got something about creatures with wings, just something in my head. Don't know what, some unresolved trauma there. And they were bloody useless in the game. But I kept using them over and over and over again, thinking one day they'll come good. Because I kept using them like assault marines.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was used to as a Space Marine player. Like, they obviously get up and nasty.
Did you not like swooping hard Exarch with a Vortex grenade, which is all I ever heard about?
No, it was in like 4th edition or something. 3rd, 4th edition.
Okay. Yeah, 2nd edition.
It wasn't grenade. In the heady days of 2nd, where you can kit out a Farseer with combat drugs on a jet bike and just tear apart an army by itself. Or Jane Zarhead was quite a miniature to behold in that edition. She was quite a tough one to take on.
Now, what do you think of that Exarch of the Swooping Hawks?
The Phoenix Lord or the Exarch?
Is it a Phoenix Lord? Phoenix Lord. That's
Phoenix Lord. Yeah, it's weird that the gun is up and the sword is up at the same time. I think if you lowered the gun down, maybe like a slight little repose, maybe a twist to the head, I think the base elements are there for it to work. They're just showing Azraman now. Oh God, what have you done? What have they done to his face?
Are you that disappointed in that?
No,
in the face?
no. I mean, the miniatures. I don't think it helps by comparing them to the other Phoenix Lords. Like Fugan is gorgeous sculpt. The sweeping hawk one, I think, with slight reposes works. But do you remember the original? As we say in the original now, the original Azraman face, like it had this really detailed, like snarled up expression. It was really alien and like foreign. Whereas this, it feels like the sculptor just needed more time to shape and refine the face. Like, oh God, I've got to send this STL off to head management by the end of the afternoon. I've got an hour, right? Okay, draw a line, couple of eyes, bang, send. Let's get coffee. Could be completely unfair. I don't know. This is just my first snap. Oh, okay. There might be a little Easter egg there with the photograph of the front cover. There's a Slanesh Marine on the base.
Yeah, which has been the rumours throwing about everywhere. In fact, it's been spammed in the chat a little bit. But
fingers crossed, we might see something at the end, maybe like a little preview, like a little silhouette, maybe of this rumored Fulgrim in plastic.
Oh, and Wraith Lords and Wraithguard, everyone's favourite parts of the Eldar. And jet bikes, yeah.
Oh, but
that is what an Eldar army looks like. That is what an Eldar army.
Do you think they'll release a Fulgrim in plastic?
A Fulgrim in plastic?
A Fulgrim in plastic.
Would surely be like maybe. I think it would be mental because that would mean they'd have 3 Fulgrims.
And there's a rumour there's going to be a resin Angron as well. But in Heresy.
Like they definitely shouldn't have been. Like they shouldn't triple up on these things. Like why would you need 2 demon Primarchs, the same Primarch?
Okay, we've got the Warp Spiders up. Great. Okay, being completely ruthless. This comment shouldn't even be observed. It's just one of those stupid comments. But you had the ability to show them kind of like warping in and out. So you could do like half a miniature with like an energy field coming out. You had that ability to create maybe more interesting miniatures.
I reckon you would have hated that. Like realistically.
Yeah.
Like if they'd have done that you'd have been going fucking mental.
Yeah, that's the counterpoint. Like, why did they do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, those are good miniatures.
Do you know what? I think this is the point to mention 3D printing. Even if you want to make like warping in and out warp spiders, get a saw, chop them in half, and make like and 3D print like a warp effect. Do you know what that?
Yeah. There we go.
That is definitely the doable thing.
Do it yourself. Yeah. Oh, that Phoenix Lord is out of this world.
Yeah. I think as soon as they made a model that wasn't complete, that was like half warping out, you then can't make that model that like fully. Unless they made it sort of like an interchangeable upgrade. But having like 1 in a kit of 5 is...
I mean, on this Phoenix Lord miniature, they got sort of like... I mean, it's really clever how they've done the warp. It looks like a web they're emerging from. I mean, you could have done stuff like that on the basic troopers.
Did they go into the warp or did they go into the webway and they're just called warp spiders?
Oh, hell. What, webway. No, I think they do short burst through the warp. That's why you can lose them.
That's so dangerous for an Eldar.
Yeah, super dangerous.
Why are they doing that? That seems incredibly unnecessary. Like from a lore perspective. Play it a bit safer. I definitely prefer to be a swooping hawk than a warp. Rather than getting my soul ate by Slanesh.
War Walker. I'd want to be a dude on a War Walker, I think. When things get a bit tasty, you can just...
you just fuck off. Yeah.
When the Fire Prism, a Wave Serpent, because those things never died in 5th edition. They were practically impossible to kill.
Yeah, I suppose, and you just like jet off out of there through the webway portal. And I suppose, yeah, if your tank goes down, you just like, whatever, I'm just going to run at Initiative 5 off the board.
That was a seriously impressive preview. So the people viewing this, they're viewing this alongside us as a pre-recorded video. And that, when I was at Adepticon last year, that was a little bit disappointing because the year previously they had presenters and, they could play the crowd, they could whip them up. Yeah. But last year it was, okay, this is a preview. And people are cheering. They went on to the next thing. So it was a very stunted experience. But I mean, for people like, oh, okay, we're getting the Marine animation that's coming to Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Looks pretty cool. Yeah, looks good. Primaris, cutting stuff up. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Secret level.
So I think this is something that is on. It's made by the Love, Death, and Robots people.
Yeah.
And I believe he's on Warhammer. Oh, he's on Prime.
It's on Prime, yeah. It's coming to Prime. So I think that's why it's so interesting because, with the rumors of Henry Cavill leading this universe, okay, he is a super fan. He would probably do a good job. But what is his previous experience managing a set, managing an IP, developing it? Like he doesn't have much in that other than I like the IP. I play the game. I mean, I like the IP. Definitely don't put me in charge of something like that. I would have, and then you contrast to somebody like the guy who did Dune, who directed that. I'd love to see somebody like that with a little bit more pedigree and a vision do something like that with this universe. So the Love, Death, and Robots people definitely have that. They have the experience, they have the infrastructure to bring and realize something like that. So that's why I'm a lot more interested to see what they do with it.
Rather strong words against Cavill there.
Strong. Yeah. I mean, he's not going to see this. Yeah. Fuck you, Cavill. Fuck you, bro.
And if you would like to come on the cast,
yes,
if you are out there,
yeah, if you would like to beat me to a pulp on the cast, yes, absolutely. You can come to my studio and we will accommodate you. We will have snacks.
I tried to email him as soon as I started the Barefoot Miniatures channel.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, the worst that happens is he doesn't respond. He's already not responding. So
you can't help. It's the hope that kills you. Because I remember when he put up a custodian, I gave him a bit of painting advice. Like, well, what if you work a little bit further in the shadows? And yeah, there's that stupid thing in the back of your head that thinks like, yes, he will see that. Like, oh, that's a good idea. I'm going to follow this guy and he will initiate a relationship. There's that stupid thought. It's a bit like being at a football game, when you're a kid and a player go down injured and say like, oh no, what am I going to do now? And he starts scanning the crowd and he picks you out like, get up front, son, and you score the winner. It's that kind of insane daydreaming scenario. Yeah, he's never going to get in contact with us. He's never going to see this.
No. Is this just replaying? Yes. So
yeah,
I think that is the end, Miles.
Dunzo.
Done.
Wow, seriously impressive. Look, love is a strong word. It was a very, very good preview. Lots of great reveals. Lots of new stuff we haven't seen before. A good, solid entry for the Horus Heresy. It's not just a static picture of a planet currently in our solar system without any additions to it. No, it's solid all round.
Quality. And we'll see everyone next time. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
In a bit.